Hey guys, we got another game here. This time we got El Sensei playing as the Delhi Sultanate in the color blue. And in the color teal, playing as John Dark's Kiljardi. Welcome everybody to another Age of Empires forecasted game. Guys, the new patch notes have arrived and I want to know your opinion. What do you think about it? Is it... First things first. Big news. And that's something I've been thinking about for a while. And I've been thinking about the consequences and also the rewards of it. And that is crossplay. You now have the ability to play with console players in the same, in a quick match or ranked match. So it's amazing. It's amazing. Now you may be thinking, but now that's not really fair, right? Console players really have a hard time. And let's not, it's very evident that console players have a harder time using the gamepad, whereas PC gamers have more flexibility with a keyboard and mouse, more hotkeys, use faster, better, stronger, basically, right? Now, my thinking is that actually a lot of people were complaining, especially on Reddit. That's the main place to complain. But a lot of people are complaining about, hey, the console players have so many quality of life improvements, such as auto villager queue. So, for example, you don't need to remember when to create villagers. You just have automatic villager here, and it will create villagers for you. It will also assign automatically to, the nearest resource. It's harder to have idle villagers with you. And some other quality life upgrades. Now, some people were thinking, okay, we have all these features, why not put them on the computer? At the same time, people were thinking, hey, this game is supposed to be hard. At the same time, you want people to enter the game by making the entry barrier easier. That's one thing. But the other thing is also, you have a number of people that are really into... Oh my god, how much sheep is this? 14 sheep, kiljardi. Okay, not bad. I didn't know so much sheep in this map. Anyway. Crossplay's coming. Hardcore players were like, okay. I don't really want this quality of life upgrades. I really trained so hard to play the way I play now. I don't need to make it easier. I make the game easier. I'm the one who has the skill. I'm the one who worked for it. And now that the crossplay is coming, it makes sense to me that PC players don't have the same quality of upgrades, like automation and all those stuff that makes things easier. Whereas the console players do have it, and makes a lot of sense to me. Because if you want crossplay, you want to even out the field, right? For example, in shooters, they may have some auto-aim features, like some assist, right? We all know that shooter games on mouse and keyboard are just easier to play compared to gamepad, right? And I find the same here. The balance is gonna be different games. And if you're the kind of player that wants to play really hardcore gaming, most likely you have a really expensive computer, or you're old school and you just want the whole experience. You don't want an easy game, you want a hard game. And if you're a console gamer, probably you just want to relax a little bit in the sofa after work and, not play a super hard game. And now this thing make it balanced. So I will leave the question to you. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about the crossplay? What are your thoughts on it? Is it a good thing, a bad thing? Let's get back into the match because these players are really aggressive. We're talking Sensei. Probably the most aggressive player in AoE 4. If you don't know, El Sensei is Vortex. And he's known for finishing his games really fast. He just knows when to finish it and he just go for it. And his games usually under 20 minutes he already won. And Kiljardi is also known as a very aggressive player. He likes to attack, attack, attack. And you know, there is potentially a big difference between these two in terms of skill. You know, Vortex have won several cups, but Kiljardi doesn't get behind too much. Now, keep in mind, this is a really... talking about aggression, look at that, he already have 2 Gassy Raiders. And he doesn't get behind. And I'm just curious to see how Kiljardi handles this, because both players are really aggressive, and when 2 aggressive players clash, well, things will start to get interesting in a matter of minutes. You compare this to with players like Demu or some more defensive players where just tank the game until they know they can go and get you. But, you know, Kiljardi, Vortex, very aggressive players with very aggressive civilizations. Delhi Sultanate, very aggressive on the Feudal Age. Jeanne d'Arc, obviously aggressive, have the Royal Knights, have no reason to go castle. So I guess we're gonna see a feudal war now. More Gassy Raiders here. Actually, it's gonna be Gassy Raiders only? Oh, look at that. Look at that. I always love these shots like where you have the camera on top of the hill and you know you have like this shot where you have like some verticality into it. It's just so nice. It looks like both players will play the cavalry only challenge. A couple of stables already for Kiljardi, meaning only Royal Knights challenge. And El Sensei, so far, is about to change, but so far was only stable. And looks like Vortex, I'm just gonna stick to one name, okay? Let's just call him Vortex. Vortex probably wants the Gassy Raiders to keep the momentum of the game. Because if you go for Spearman, you're basically on the defensive side, right? If you go for the Spearman, you want to position your Spearman around your base, just so that the Knights cannot harass you, and eventually it comes to in a really awkward situation where the Delhi player is not the one who's dictating the tempo, it's it's Jeanne d'Arc that is actually with the Knights in your base, and you cannot leave your base because it's too dangerous. Scholars are about to go out. Gonna capture those sacred sites soon. Classic wolf. A battle of animals here. It's gonna be 5 villagers to gather the board. Gonna be slow and steady. And I really love this about Jeanne d'Arc. Like you can actually just put a tower here, put a mill, and just get the board and just get insane amount of food economy, which you really need at the moment. Let's take a look at the food per income. Sorry, resource per income for both players. The Vortex gonna be following Jeanne d'Arc into the tower. He's gonna notice the tower. He has enough units to actually take down Jeanne d'Arc. Gonna be careful here. Surrounding happens. Looks like Jeanne d'Arc is gonna go down, and Vortex managed to take down Jeanne d'Arc. Now the Knights came to rescue, but a little bit late. In terms of this fight, obviously the Knights will win here. They are much better unit, much more HP, much more defense, much more attack. No blacksmith for the French so far. Sacred site gonna be captured here. At the same time, Kiljardi. Vortex gonna sacrifice the scout. Those charge attacks are just gonna hit the scout, and he's gonna lose some of them. And now the Spearmen come here to play. Also, a bunch of archers already into the mix with Vortex. You cannot underestimate the micro of Vortex, is just so good. Like he's able to micro these units in a really good way. Looks like Gassy Raiders are gonna go for a raid again. Sacred site being captured. At the same time, Sacred Site trying to be the capture here, looks like... Never mind, that didn't happen. Meanwhile, Delhi, already with fairly good upgrades, but at the same time, knights are already on the field. And at the same time, another raid happening here. Villagers will run out. Looks like he will lose this position. Kiljardi just sending a knights deep dive into the base of Vortex, causing a lot of idle time. Vortex already took down the tower here. Kiljardi will lose access to the board, a really important food source for him. Vortex already on the berries at the front. So he's gonna have some army around here. Just be sure, you know, those knights are around here and you have these villagers and you have no walls. It's just you're basically asking for it. Looks like Jeanne d'Arc will come. And now with so many spearmen, you really can go archers? Or you can just go only royal knights? Like, that's how it's gonna be? Maybe Jeanne d'Arc's is able to do this. If Jeanne d'Arc managed to take down the spearman damage, let's take a look at the HP of these units. Spearman still alive. Kiljardi losing a lot of knights here. 8 knights so far for Kiljardi. But looks like the numbers favor Kiljardi now. Jeanne d'Arc still alive. And not only that, she also gained a lot of experience here. Oh, don't forget about Jeanne d'Arc's, you know, ability to actually get experience in this kind of fights. It's really dangerous because if you fight again like that, if you have like an encounter like that, which it's hard to avoid when bot players are really aggressive, Jeanne d'Arc will just be level 3 in no time. Sacred Side victory approaching. Still 9 minutes left, nothing to worry about for now. But the gold income is starting to increase for Vortex. Just gonna get those scholars out. Knight's gonna capture those sacred sites. Meanwhile, Vortex will go for another fight. He needs to be really careful here. You don't want to fight, like, even if you trade good, Jeanne d'Arc gets experience, and eventually she will be level 3. And what do you do against Jeanne d'Arc level 3 when you're in feudal age? Another raid happening here by Vortex. Managed to take down a couple of villagers here. They managed to deny the deer pack. Kiljardi in a little bit of a trouble when it comes to the food economy. But also does Vortex. His push off the berries. And now Jeanne d'Arc is level 3. Now things are starting to get a little bit hard. Maratams are here. Royal Knights are here. You have very little army. Food economy is being denied by your opponent. And it's just such a tough situation. Like at this point, what do you do? What do you, I guess you just mass spearmen. Like just... Like... Spearmen are cheap, so just have like 30 of them. 40, like... Have the numbers there. I mean, pray for it that works, because it's just gonna be really hard. Raids starting to happen here, but looks like Kiljardi will go for a counter-attack. It's gonna be the barracks. Gotta be careful not to lose these barracks, otherwise gonna lose a lot of your military mass. Should take down the scholar really soon. And at the same time, there are plenty of spearmen here. You gotta be careful not to lose them. Wolf, doing wolf stuff. And the knights keep deep diving into the base of Vortex. Jeanne d'Arc doing a lot of damage and also tank a lot of damage. And looks like the sensei doesn't have any upgrade yet. We're not upgrade, not those spearmen. What I'm talking about. And looks like somehow Jeanne d'Arc is about to die. He has to retreat because without Jeanne d'Arc it's not the same. And somehow Vortex managed to defend against Jeanne d'Arc level 3. Now she's severely injured. Somehow he managed to keep this barracks. And now kiljardi will go for an archer mask himself. I already have 7 archers, which is exactly what you need when there is a lot of spearmen there. Looks like those villagers are gonna run away. Kiljardi managed to get on time here. Gassy Raiders just will try to do their best to gain some time, but the resources doesn't look very good for Vortex. He lost all sacred sites. Food economy is not really the best at the moment. He still have a bunch of berry patches here. Kiljardi will go for another berry patch here. He already have access to deer. You can see the food economy starting to climb actually for Vortex. It's a lot of villagers on foot actually. 40 villagers on foot. That's how he's making it. And look at that. How fast you can mass this army. Just like that. And these are Tower of Victory villager. Archers. You gotta be careful not to lose your spearman. Are the only thing that can save you here against those royal knights. Jeanne d'Arc already with full HP, just like that. No more knights for kiljardi, it's just gonna be archers. Archers with archers. Royal knights are just gonna tank the damage here. +1 range armor coming for kiljardi, definitely the right choice when you see that many archers from your opponent. Vortex already have all the upgrades except this one, he didn't get it. Sacred site, try to be the capture here, in the middle and in the east. And Vortex still with a very solid military count compared to his opponent. But just the knights are just such a hard unit to deal with. Sacred site be captured in the middle. And looks like Vortex is going for it. He already have 51 military units. This now or never. And the knights. Oh my god. Jeanne d'Arc. I don't know really what to say. The numbers look not really good for Vortex actually. Has to take down a lot, but Vortex taps out. Well played by bot players. I put a link in the description where you can follow Vortex. And if I find kiljardi, I will also put him.